Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. Tonight, we're talking about Jack and Lilly Sullivan, 4 and 6 years old, who vanished from their Pictou County, Nova Scotia home on May 2nd, 2025. Since then, there has been no sighting of Jack or Lilly, and still months later, we still have no idea where they are at. Many people believe that they simply walked off. Others believe that they are abducted, even though the RCMP has said that there is no evidence of Jack or Lilly being abducted. And others believe that someone may be inside or around the home may know more answers. We're going to be talking about a lot of all of this tonight. And there is going to be a mega creator town hall tomorrow. Make sure you don't miss it. It's already scheduled. So, a lot to talk about on the other side of this.
I've walked through storms in scars and grace. Smile through pain with a painted face. They call me too loud, too much, too strong. But honey, that's the reason I belong. Every scar's a scripture, every tear's a hymn. I found my worth where the light grew dim. They tried to break me, but here's a twist. I turned my pain into a clenched fist. I'm an unbreakable woman, born of fire and pearl. I shine like grace in a reckless world. You can test my faith, you can shake my plan, but I'll rise again. Just watch me I've been whispered about and written off, judged by the gloss, not the cost. But God don't build weak hearts from gold. He made me fierce and he made me bold. I bend, I pray, I roar, I rise with mascara, tears and battle cries. Don't need your crown, I forge my own. From ashes, honey, I build my throne. I'm an unbreakable soul, dressed in truth and pearls. The fire don't scare me, it lights my world. You can doubt my voice, but you'll hear my name. I'm holy and hood, and I'm done with shame. For everyone called too much, too loud, too real. You're not to anything. You're exactly what power looks like. I'm an unbreakable soul, through the fight and flame. My scars are stories, my strength, my faith. Faith in my heart, fire in my curls, forever divine. Clutch them pearls.
Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. You could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. You have a lot of options anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the world, and you chose to be right here. I know your time is very valuable, and I do appreciate you spending some time with me. Today is December 18th, 2025. It is currently 8:21 p.m. the East Coast of the United States. Bonjour. Hello, everyone. Thank you all so much for joining me. Really do appreciate you. Tonight we're talking about Jack and Lilly Sullivan, who vanished from their Pictou County, Nova Scotia home on May 2nd, 2025. And I do believe, in my humble opinion, that there are people out there that would love for us creators to forget about it. But guess what? Not happening. Not happening anytime soon. In fact, it's quite the opposite. We are ramping up. We are ramping up, and we are going to be doing a mega town hall tomorrow. So if you don't have anything to do tomorrow, or you want to clear your plans, it's probably going to be a long one. And we're going to talk about every aspect of this case from minute one to current day. And it's going to be off the chain. So make sure you go ahead and set the reminder for that. It's going to be myself, Charmaine, Shenanigans, um, Daphne, and of course, Sunny. And so make sure you can go to any of our chats. You can bounce around, whatever you want to do. Would love to have you if you are interested in this case. Let me, guys, before we get started, if you don't mind, do me a big old favor and hit that thumbs up button for the live chat. And for the replay crew coming in later, how are you? Do me a big favor and please, please hit that big thumbs up button one good time, and would greatly appreciate it if we are in the live chat. And if we get to 1,000 thumbs up during the live stream, then we have a chicken party, and you don't want to miss the chicken party. Good to see everyone in chat. Let me thank Miss Holly. How you doing, Miss Holly? Thank you so much. Good to see you, Miss Holly. Appreciate you very, very much. My dear, if you received that pearl necklace, make sure you give our girl, Miss Holly, a big, big thank you. Thank you so much, my friend. All the blessings to you. And here is another one, Mr. Wolfie, giving up one tracking anytime soon, that's for sure. And then type in the next 24 hours is going to be epic indeed, my friend. Thank you so much, Wolfie, for your contributing to the Jack and Lilly case constantly, and your support here. Thank you so much, my friend. Good to see you. And we got, oh, how we doing, Miss Angel? Tomorrow's Miss Angel's birthday. Tomorrow's Miss Angel's birthday. And we are going to sing a song of melody to her. Thank you so much, Miss Angel. Appreciate you, my dear. Keep our dear Angel in your prayers as she is having some health issues, but she's going to kick its ass and send it straight to hell where it belongs. We love you, Miss Angel of Light. Thank you so much for your support, and please give our angel a big, big thank you as well if you received one of those pearl necklaces. Miss Connie coming in clutch at 6 months, girl. How you doing, man? Love this, man. I think you can allow me to be a part. Connie, we adore you and appreciate you so much. Thank you for being a part of the community. Each one of you make up a very unique part of this community, and you all have ideas to give and sharing out when missing people, right? Which is a huge, huge thing that a lot of people don't even think about, to be honest with you. People just go to their day-to-day lives and they just simply don't think about other people many times. And you guys are truly the best of humanity in here. So thank you so much, Miss Connie. Appreciate you very, very much, my dear. Mama is the bomb. Really do appreciate you, my dear. Good to see you, my friend. And thank you so much, Mama's the bomb. Really, really do appreciate you, my dear. And Mimi, how you doing, Mama? Good to see you, Miss Mimi. Thank you so much, my friend. Really do appreciate you, Miss Mimi. If you received one of those pearl necklaces, give our divine member Mimi a big, big thank you. Thank you so much, my friend. Really do appreciate you, Mimi. Wishing you and yours the best in the holiday season and for the upcoming 2026 New Year. Can you believe that? We're in almost 2026. It's like, my kids are like, yeah, you were born in the 1900s. Yeah, I was. I was. It's so funny to me. Like my great grandmother, she was born in the 1800s, and I guess the rest of us were born in the 1900s, right? um, I'm not new. I just have to manually redo the membership every month. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep, yep, yep. No worries, my dear. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Um, was it audio? What's that? What's that, Mohawk? What are we talking about? What the Northeaster say? Let me just say hello to a few of you before we get started here. The real Northeaster. Does anyone remember which person had the recording of Durwood stating that if Daniel did have something to do with the kids, they would. I played that night before last. I played that here the night before last. I don't remember where it was. I might have it pulled up. I'll check though. But yeah, he did say it. Enoch, good to see you, my friend. Mimi, again, good to see you. Thank you so much. Angel of Light, appreciate you, my dear Miss Patty Allen. I often wonder why people don't. Yeah. Michelle, thank you so much for hitting that thumbs up. Hello, Miss Gypsy, coming in clutch. How you doing? And our Mensa Mohawk, good to see you, my friend. Love you. Leslie, always keeping it real. Ruby, hello. Teresa, Karen UK, Sherry Lynn. Happy birthday, Sassy. Is it Sassy's birthday today? Is it Sassy's birthday? Misty Moon, hello. Brandy, always in Indy. Sharon, hello. Sassy, it's your birthday. We'll have to sing to you. Little Red, me too. I know, because they are some lying assholes, aren't they? Deborah, good to see you, my dear. Appreciate you, Susan. Let's see here. Meemaw, good to see you. True Crime Junkie. Patty Allen, hello. Andrea, bonjour. Where the Wind Blows, good to see you. Debbie, hello. Let's see here. Tropicana, thank you so much. I took care of that last night. I apologize for all of that was going on there. So we got it taken care of from that person. CJ, hello everyone. Good to see you all. Let's before we get started, let me sing happy birthday to Miss Sassy. Today is her birthday, and I don't want to forget at the end because sometimes I do that. Happy birthday, Miss Sassy. The world is your oyster, and it's up for you to find the pearls. And guess what, Miss Diva, you did. You found the pearls. You found them, girl. We are right here. This is my really bad rendition, but I do it because I make an idiot out of myself to make you guys laugh. So, of Happy Birthday, Mr. President. That sound like Big Ange. Happy birthday, Mr. President. To that the late great Marilyn Monroe sing to one of our presidents, John Fitzgerald Kennedy, so many years ago. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sassy. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Miss Sassy. Happy birthday, Miss Sassy. And for the new people here, yes, I take my medication. You're welcome. They're probably like, what the hell is he doing? What is this guy doing? Yeah. Okay. Moving on. Getting right down to it, y'all. Y'all are so funny. Okay, let's get on down to it. So we have obviously been talking about Jack and Lily's case since day one. Since just a few hours of them going missing, actually. And still, even so many months later, I find new stuff. And someone was just asking, let me just check and see if this is what we were looking for, because I was going to play this. This might have been it. Let me check here real quick. Okay, here we go.
Culverts, did all the dirt roads, and then
Okay, I don't think that's it,
he
but
says he got home, parked the car, and then he searched on foot. Well, this one says he waited for the RCMP. And then there's another one when he returned, RCMP were already there. There are 3 different stories on the morning that Jack and Lilly disappeared. What actually happened?
They were gone. As soon as I seen that they were gone, immediately jumped in the car, did all the dirt roads, did all the culverts, checked over the rivers, the streams. I did everything. I did anywhere the vehicle could take me. I did.
Yeah.
And as soon as I got back home, like 10 minutes later, I immediately went out on foot till the officers got here.
Don't you think that is a lot of ground to cover in 10 minutes? Don't you think? All of this, that seems to be a lot of ground.
I was told 12 minutes.
Okay.
But then when I looked at the documentation and, asked questions and dug further, it was 22 minutes, I do believe.
And were you at the house when they arrived?
I was actually, when they were arriving, I was actually coming back to the house in the car. And I couldn't park in the driveway because RCMP just stopped in the yard, right?
Okay.
Because they were just starting to walk down and talk to Malaya. So what I did is I parked the white.
The blue or the black is what he meant to say. That's what his brain was telling him to say. But of course, you have to overwrite those lies, right? But there's that. And again, like I said yesterday, right? He's talking about RCMP just getting there. Like they're just getting there, right? Hey, Sarah Jane, good to see you, honey. And if that is true, how do they know his name? How do they know?
Nissan Pathfinder, because that's the car Malaya owns, the 2017 Nissan white Pathfinder. And I parked over on.
You don't need to say the year or how many keys Malaya took. You don't need to say that either. Yes, I took, because she has 2 keys, right? Hey, Catherine, good to see you, babe. She has 2 keys, right? And that's why I took the 2017 Nissan Pathfinder, 6-cylinder, 2-liter, 6 quarts of oil, Malaya's car, right? That one. Yes, I took that one, y'all. That's the one Daniel wanted you to know. And also that day, he had a Febreze air freshener in it as well. Not sponsored. Okay.
The right-hand side of the marsh, you know, going toward Lansdowne Road. There's a marsh that's right beside the house there. Probably can pull that up on the map. There's a little driveway that's right beside it. It's about 100 feet from the house.
Okay. Go around here.
Yeah, that's actually the marsh, and there's a little driveway right on the left-hand side right there. Yep. That's where I parked in the white Nissan Pathfinder.
He double checks himself there. That's why I drove in the Nissan Pathfinder. Yeah, the Pathfinder. Yes, that 4-door, 4 tires, 4-quart, 4-cylinder, 2 keys, Malayas. Just got it legal day before, you know, that one that we drove in our 2017 4-wheel, 4-door, 2 keys, Pathfinder the day before as well. That one, y'all. Yes.
Okay.
And then when I jumped out of the car, the RCMP yelled at me from in the yard, right? Because they could see me clearly.
Yeah.
And they said, Daniel, don't go back into the woods.
Wait, thought you went searching. Yeah, and that's the point, right? That's the point. Thought you were searching, Mr. Mattel. Right? Because you said after you came back, you immediately went back out into the woods. So was it the RCMP talking to you? And then you went to your mommy's and then talked to your mom. Not that you were, you know, comforting Malaya or anything, right? You would think you would be comforting the mother of, you know, comforting each other at least. But no, he goes and talks to his mom, and then he says, here, then he, you know, jumps over the fence because, I mean, you know, why not walk through a gate? I mean, that would just make too much sense. So he jumps over the fence and he starts looking again, right? But as you just heard him in this video, or the prior video, even though it's one video here, he says, yeah, I get back to the house and then I go searching in the woods for them. Right? So very, very interesting. Let me see here if I can find something real quick. I just thought of something. Let me check. I'm not going to spend a hell of a lot of time on it, but let's see here. This might be, let me see. Here we go. Well, it just pulls up my video when I look for it. I'm going to be able to do it like this. Okay. Let's see here. I'm looking through an old video, guys. Just bear with me 1 second. You know, whatever happened to the ATV, we're going to come back to a part of that video in just a second. What did I do? Okay. Here, ATV. Okay, that's not it. That's not it either. It might have been here. People can go. I'm not going to spend a bunch of time on this. It bothers me when I can't find something. Let me look. Let me just look right here. Sorry, guys. It just annoys me when I can't find it when I'm live. I'm pretty sure this is it. Let me see here. And of course, it's just swirling.
I just literally am putting them out as I kind of had them given to me. So
She says, at the end of the day, you guys are strangers to me, and probably to the, in this case.
Okay, I can't find it right now, but I would love to. I've got it somewhere, but it just takes a long time to search, guys. I was looking for where Daniel was talking about the 20 or 30 acres on the ATV. That's what I was looking for, just to kind of show you guys that, because again, he just makes up whatever he wants to make up. And this is the thing, his story has to adapt, right? His story has to adapt. If it doesn't adapt, I mean, it would completely cave in. He has to find, you know, when they do adapt these stories, it's because there is something that needs fixed, right? Daniel mentions ditches, culverts, and water a few times. Oh, I was going to mention that yesterday. Where was that? Daniel, I didn't get to mention it yesterday. Daniel, when he's talking to Daniel at DT channel, he says, I went, or the guys that was searching in the pond when Jack and Lilly went missing, he says something to the effect of, they ruled out all possibility of Jack and Lilly being in the water. And I found that very interesting. No, they didn't rule out all possibility of Jack and Lilly being in the water. Not at all. They might have ruled out being in those water, right? Where the ponds are around there. But again, I'll be honest with you, and this is no shade toward, you know, the local law enforcement searching. And they could not get the one pond. They did say that in the documents as well. But law enforcement do the best that they can with the water stuff, right? But I can't tell you the times where I have seen law enforcement multiple times go look in a body of water and find nothing. And then you get someone who's specialized and they find a lot of stuff, right? So it's not what law enforcement does every single day. You need someone like Doug Bishop. Yes. Yep. Exactly. Why wouldn't he walk immediately to Malaya and the RCMP? Not walking to them makes him more suspicious. Well, this is another clean house. Everyone around there that day, even, I'll just say searchers who was around there that day, Daniel was acting, and I know this because multiple people have told me this. Thank you, Deborah. I sent you the link to the 20 or 30 acres DM search timestamp. Thank you so much, my dear. Appreciate that. Daniel was acting, yes. He was avoiding people. He would not make eye contact at all. Absolutely. And he was acting very erratic. Everyone was, okay, Rachel, thank you, honey. Everyone was, you know, giving it all they got, but you got Daniel hyped up on the mathematics, right? and he is over dramatizing it, which not surprised at all either, right? Maybe in this one, I'm not sure. Okay. Okay. Let me, here we go. Here we go. Thank you for sending this, Deborah, and to the other who sent this as well. Okay, why is it not working? Okay, hold on one second. Here we go. Gairloch home around 10 a.m. Friday, according to the RCMP. And Martel tells our newsroom he is beside himself. Quote, anyone with information come forward as fast as possible, end quote, says Martel. He adds, there is a dense forest and rough streams, and he himself searched 20 or 30 acres when they first went missing. Here we go. Here's the quote. Quote, I did all around the house, clutch them pearls, from their Gairloch home. It cut off right there, but he says, I did all around the home, searched 20 or 30 acres on my ATV. He doesn't like to talk about that right now. He doesn't like to talk about that anymore. Right? Oh, yes, because I'm sure want to see the 20 or 30 acres. I'm so interested to see the terrain. I grew up in the woods in the country in Florida, and I will be able, yeah. Well, this right here, which is interesting, if he did the 20 or 30 acres, like he said, he would have probably have walked right into that, planted blanket, along with those, in my opinion, planted shoe prints as well. But when DT's interview, he says, no, I've never, ever went to see where the blanket was or the shoe prints was. Never went there. Never went there. Okay, Daniel. That's what, and that's what most people would do. That's first thing what most people would do, right? Would go see these shoe prints. If the parents, thought it was Jack or Lily's, right? All of this, except, he denied the blanket to begin with. Okay. Moving on here. Let me, okay. He says, what's the neighbor's name, guys? Not Justin, the other one. I can't think of his name right now. Help me out. Not Ron. Shit. What's his name? What's his name? I can't remember. Brad. Thank you. Let me pull this up. Brad. Okay. All right. Now I want to play something that Kent, when he went to talk to, when he went to the, what is it, the horse trailer thing, that one. Let's see here. Let me find this right here. Listen to this.
He probably didn't drug me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but sometimes he used to come to our house and Bible hell.
Yeah, it's
And he
fine.
stayed outside all the time. His face was, sometimes you see the skin is like yellowish green and he's dying. I said, you gotta be on drugs or something.
Yeah.
And he's not, every time he dropped the kids off, he's never there. And he probably wasn't even working. He wasn't working no once a week.
Yeah, he just dropped a
sells-
bombshell like 2 days ago. He said that the black eyes on the way 2 days before
I
that
showed
was
the
missing.
detectives some of the pictures because the boy looked like he's hard to get along with her grandson. Like you tell him to do something, he won't listen. He might have got mad and grabbed him by the neck and broke his neck. You don't know. You know what I'm saying? He might have. I don't know.
Everyone that I have spoken to, all of, oh, really, Cuff? Oh, yeah. This is Malaya's stepdad, if you will. And Tint did an undercover thing. They had a horse trailer listed in Facebook. And when he went there and acted like he was interested in the horse trailer, and he said, well, I live in, Pictou County and all that. And he brought up Jack and Lilly, and he's like, oh, well, he took the bait instantly. And they just started talking and he was recording. So this is Malaya's stepdad, if you will, Cindy's boyfriend. And he knows, obviously, Daniel and Malaya because Jack and Lilly went to their house all the time. But he says something right here that every person that I have spoken to privately, on the record, off the record, says that no, Daniel, they believe he was mathed up that night and he lost it. He lost it. He's got a temper, and he gets very paranoid as well. Now, what was I going to say? Shit, I was going to say something. Let me think 1 second. Brain's not working good today.
He's on me.
And the kids took it at the same
Maybe
time.
the little girl witnessed it. I don't know.
Oh,
You never know.
You never
But
know.
her second says,
That's for sure.
now we had the kids, we'd be $150,000 rich.
Exactly.
Plus, who's gonna take grandkids?
Yeah, but you know what people say online.
Yeah,
It says that Daniel Martel.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. Okay. The day or the night. Yes, we're talking about, Thursday night. The night, Thursday night, Malaya said something very interesting in the documents. Very interesting. That the kids were hyper that night, right? They were exceptionally hyper and loud that evening. And if they weren't listening, right? They weren't listening, or they weren't going to bed. Did he snap? Did he snap that evening? Remember, out of Daniel's own mouth, he says, out of his own mouth on the news, the dog officers that recently came, he said, they blamed me that I did something to the kids Thursday night into Friday morning. Right? She could have, but I don't think it was Malaya that snapped. I don't. I think she was a very crappy mother. I think she allowed a lot of stuff. And I think she was lazy as hell. But Daniel wants to throw Malaya under the bus. In fact, remember what he said to the reporter. He said, Malaya, the day after Malaya left, nobody was even really looking hard at Daniel or Malaya. Everyone thought it was a little sus, but you give it time, right? Daniel said, she left. She's going to blame it all on me. She left. She's going to blame it all on me. The lock doors leaked. Justin, in this interview, listen to 108 and 145. 1 hour, 45 minutes? No, it can't be. It's only 38 minutes. So 1 minute and 8 and 145?
The man walks up to the farmer's farm. He knocks on the farmer's door and asks not to buy the horse, but the farm, and makes an offer. So
Yeah, this is from a movie, if that's what you're talking about.
Up from the sky.
I don't know what you mean by that. You'll have to maybe tell me. Okay. Keep listening.
Get the daughter back. Being allowed to stay here
Oh,
for some reason. Can't. And plus, I told her he's looking for work himself. I said, who's? I said, you're looking for work. I said, who's babysitting? I ain't babysitting. You get what I'm saying?
Now, remember, Malaya has worked one job in her entire life. Like one public job. That's it. That's it. That's all. Okay. Okay, gotcha. That's it.
He's looking for work. You didn't want to take care of it. Your little daughter, she's a year and a half. Yeah. So you take care. I know I ain't taking care of her. I'll watch her once in a while, but I ain't want babysit. You better hire a babysitter or take the baby. Your great grandmother and drop her out like that.
Yeah.
I like kids in there. Plus, you don't say hi or nothing. Sometimes you say hi.
Sometimes
you don't even get a happy Father's Day. I know. You get what I'm saying? You used to hang up in your mother's ear.
Let me find it. It's up here.
Really?
So that means somebody slapped me.
Oh, Maria.
Hold on.
Did you put her hands up?
Listen to this.
Rub my head and I go to touch her. Did you put her hands up? That means,
Really?
That means somebody slapped me.
Oh, Maria.
Could be her. Could be.
Okay. So this is Abuse 101. Abuse 101, right? Wade said he would, sometimes, put his hand up and, like going to, tap, kid on the head or whatever. And they would jerk. Now, Malaya says, and others. Let me just think about this for a second. Daniel says he's not abusive. He says he's not abusive at all. The two ladies that I've spoken to said he was abusive. One showed pictures, obviously. Malaya said, and I don't believe she's all being truthful, to be quite honest with you, but because of CPS reasons, in my opinion, but she said that Daniel would hold her down, right, and steal her phone and not take her phone. But mental is, bad as well, very bad. So you have 3 women that we've heard Malaya, and I've shown you the other 2 women that said that he was abusive. You have that, and then more importantly, you have Jack and Lilly, who have a lot of bruises. A 4-year-old gets a lot of bruises, he says. But more importantly, one of the most damning things, in my opinion, and this comes from Daniel himself, a text message that he shared very early on. And it was Daniel's two other children said that they witnessed their father, Mr. Mattel, being abusive to Jack and Lilly. Now think about that just 1 second. Kids don't lie, right? Then you have Wade here saying, oh yeah, put my hand up, and then, they flinch. They flinch. The police hold them until they talk the truth. Yep. 1000% Wolfie. I agree. Yeah. Now the question is, in your opinion, chat, do you think that he did this because perhaps allegedly Jack and Lilly was not listening? Or was this a fight with Malaya and it was a way to hurt Malaya or get back, or just frustration and he took it out on them? In your opinions?
Probably both of them.
You mean the kids? You mean the two kids? If you put hand close to the head, it's going to be like a avoid.
Yeah, they're showing off, like rubbing her hair
Which
because he
one?
rubs
Which
Malaya.
one? Malaya. Okay.
Jack, oh, he was full of him. You see why?
Yeah.
And his other son, I think he gets him to beat Jack. His name's Arlo, and I think he's sick. He's thick and violent.
I know that
so he probably gets him to beat Jack.
Justin, right? Another guy named Justin. Justin is the brother of Daniel Mattel.
We never seen the brother ever before. He came to the host when they were missing. The mother, she never ever talked to us. She didn't say hi or fuck off. She came, like when they were missing, they come into
They've not released no,
before that.
They've not been named suspects.
He came to the host too. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the father kept going up in the woods and break his side though.
I know. Actually,
there's something fishy.
Yeah.
But where they were looking, they're probably like 10 miles in the fucking woods. If they ain't alive, they're buried way in the woods. Like towards like Muscatava. There's all these.
Now he says they're probably 10 miles in the woods. Daniel was listening. Daphne reminded me of this today. Daniel said one time he was out searching for Jack and Lilly, and he was about, I think it was 7, 8, 9 miles ahead of where the dogs was, like 7, 8, 9 miles out, or kilometers. Remember that? And I think that there needs to be searching at the very end of where they stopped searching last time. Right? Like at wherever they stopped searching, at the very end of where they stopped. Even if and I think that it's where they went to look at those trail cams and stuff in that area as well. In my opinion. That's just my opinion though. Okay. All right. I found.
And there's a train tracks right there, so the train station probably used to go.
Listen.
Like she heard it.
That's why what people are saying. You
probably
saw the
way
pictures of Daniel Martel and his father was on the ATV.
Yeah,
with a
you
clean
know,
spot.
I never heard that before.
Everything
I
was,
never seen that ATV before.
Yeah.
Before that.
Everything in his place is kind of messy, but just the ATV is so fucking clean.
I wonder how far they search. I wonder if they search about from here to the end here. This road goes way down, probably 3 miles.
But the thing is, why if Malia she saw something, she must saw something. The story was same as Daniel Martel.
Yeah.
Why she don't come out and say something like that?
The reason, and the only reason I believe Malaya has not came out and said something is because she knows she could be charged as well for neglect or whatever. I think that's the only reason. But I do think that it is very possible that the RCMP, again, may have or could in the future pick the lesser of two evils. Pick the lesser of two evils. You know, and, you know, this is a big topic, this part is, because it's kind of like, is it the chicken or the egg? Which one would be more evil, if you will? Is it the mother that, you know, didn't protect her kids over and over and over? Or is it the, you know, the one that was physical and might have did the actual, you know, potentially unalive someone, two individuals? Not saying he did, but potentially. I mean, I agree. Both. That's what you want. That's what you want. But, you know, unfortunately, sometimes, especially in crime, you just don't always get everything you want. You know what I mean? Remember him telling DT about parking near her for the CPS visit in Truro? Yes. Think she is afraid of him. I think she's afraid of him too. I do think she's afraid of him, but I don't think at this point that's enough for her to not say something. Now, I mentioned a theory kind of the other day that, you know, that maybe she was kind of afraid in the beginning, or something, you know, they just called 911 and they were like, the kids are missing. We don't know where they are. And she was going to tell, but, you know, she got uncomfortable and then got afraid once she started telling the story and just started going with the story. I think that is very possible as well. Okay, I'm trying to find this part.
And I saw a picture the other day. Malia, she was on the beach with her friend. You saw the picture?
She goes to the beach every day.
She goes to the beach every day?
Yeah, it's like a junkie.
Do you think she actually has the kid?
No, she don't have them. Somebody got them or they killed them.
Have you ever been to her place in the supermarket? You never been there?
I was at the grandmother. I used to hang with her dad like a long time. It was crazy on the reserve at night.
Yeah, you don't want to go there, man.
I don't want to be a cop.
I can probably go there. People are gonna think I'm a native too. I'll be free.
My great grandma was full Mickey Mouse. And put them in the street. You get money, a house. And if Brussels ain't wrestling, they'll get in.
Okay, listen to this.
You can get money, a house. And if Brussels ain't wrestling, they'll get any money. They won't register them. I can't even get registered. And my great grandma was Paul Mickey Mouse. And she's from
Okay, for those of you that don't know, that Malaya got a check for I guess the kids being partially native or native, I guess you could say. And then she got different checks and all that. But what they have allegedly said is they were cheating the system somehow. It may have not been with the native part, but the Canadian government part. And I think that caught up with them. Right. And they took or stopped the money at some point. Indigenous. Is it? Okay. So there is a lot of financial stress, right? What is one of the key reasons for divorce? Financial, right? What's one of the biggest factors of people fighting? Financial stress, right? And if you are on the rugs and you don't got money and there is neglect going on, abuse going on, CPS going on, it's got every red flag there possible.
It's called Fort Foley Reserve. You go to Sackville, New Brunswick, and you go way down towards Georgia. Most of the so-called are mixed-match. Same people, different names.
That is what I heard, yes, that he added his two kids and claiming that they lived there when they didn't. Correct. Yes, I have heard that too. Taxes, and they claimed the other two children. Yes. Yes, that's what I have heard as well.
They can't get the word.
Yeah, bro. You know what?
I treat everybody the same.
I said RCMP is so useless. I
Yeah.
can't find anything. They only check the cam footage, the trail cam footage after like 20
That
days.
ain't no good.
Yeah, that's not good.
And again, yes, things are more expensive in Canada, but the Canadian government takes care of the poor better than the United States does. There's a bigger social net in Canada by far. Much better in Canada than America. But, America, we can make, I think, more money and less taxes. So, it's just one of those things that I was surprised. And you got to remember, they didn't have rent at all. What did they pay? An electric bill? That's about it, right? An electric bill? The government will cut off your baby bonus until you file taxes in February. Yeah. Yes, and he didn't file too. Yeah, something like that. And they said they say like 30 or 35,000. No, they are not married. They're not married. The government probably paid electricity too. I don't know about that, but I don't know. Yeah, I mean, just about electric, and maybe I don't even know if they would have water. They probably have a well. So the question is, like, what are they? It had to, Leslie. Like, it had to go to. I mean, they didn't have shit. You know what I mean? Like, nothing. And this is the thing. They were getting that money right? No bills. And they were still scamming Malaya's grandma, right? What, the day before or the day of, I can't remember. They had her credit card. They had her credit card. That's what I think too. That most people in that kind of area has a well, right?
The whole fucking block, people all in the people in the
Yeah.
woods.
You're saying
I was even in the woods. As soon as before I even got to the place, they said the kids are missing. The first thing I thought is dead. I even told the police.
I can't blame you. I mean, I
It's
actually.
them.
Did y'all hear that? When they first went missing, the first thing I thought was Daniel. And I've always said this, and a lot of people, a lot of other creators don't talk about it, but I think it's a big deal. For Malaya's side of the family, the next day, the kids hadn't even been missing 24 hours, started blaming Daniel. Because that's a big accusation, right? Like that, especially that early on. We think you did something. And a big old fight broke out. Well, why would they think that if they knew Daniel was a good person to Malaya and the kids? Why would they think that? You wouldn't think that if Daniel was this doting stepfather and or I use that term very loosely because they're not married, but and was doting with Malaya. Right? It's very telling. Yes. Thank you for hitting both likes. I appreciate you. Yes, guys, please hit that thumbs up button if you haven't yet. We greatly appreciate that. And that's when hell broke loose. And it seems like what Malaya's sister said, Malaya had a breakdown outside of the driveway there. And you know your sister, you know your daughter, you know your family members, if they're acting strange or if something's going on, right? You know. And Malaya's sister said, "What's going on? Get effing talking." Oh, thank you, Cassie. Get effing talking. And that's when she said, Daniel has been on the math for 2 years, at least. I think he just hit it for the first year.
Yeah, the girl knows. Malaya knows. Guess what? They're 34,000 in debt. So they might have been ripping off
Daniel Martel?
Both of them, bro. They're probably registering all 5 kids.
That wouldn't surprise me. I only work like once a week.
You get this in?
It's not even working.
So he wasn't getting no money at the 20th. You know, you get the child or the kid checks.
Yeah, not like milk money.
They're ripping them off. They owe $3,000-$4,000. She ran her grandmother's credit card. 8,000. They even stole the card, and she didn't even charge. Another time she borrowed $1,600. Said you'll pay her the next year. And she told her right to pay her, I'm not paying you back. You can't be good to it.
I think probably Daniel Martel. Right? You're saying
don't bring him up.
Yeah, but some people online also said maybe Malaya did to bring those kids to reserve because Daniel Martel was being abused to the kids. So she was trying to protect those 2 kids.
I know, but where are they at?
Yeah, that's what Doe would say. Doe would say
You never
Malia
know.
for those kids to the supermarket.
No, she just had the baby there, but the CPS took her and they put her
So
in foster care for now. I think she's getting her back,
middle,
and then she's gonna live on the reserve.
Okay. Brr, the air is cold. The water is hot. Are you in a hot tub? Okay, here we go. This is the documents here. Regarding Thursday, Daniel said the kids did not go to school because Malaya thought Lily was sick. They all left home around lunchtime and got gas at the Circle K in Elma. Then went to the Tim Hortons drive-through. Daniel said he thought the kids were sleeping, which is weird to me that they're sleeping already when they had just woken up at 9 or 10 o'clock. But anyway, they drove to Truro and went to Malaya's grandmother's house to do laundry. On May 12, 2025, I listened to Daniel's initial statement taken to hold on. Rogan on May 2nd, 2025, and read, okay, so this was May 2nd. Again, Daniel, this is very important, guys, because when people take up for him and say, well, how can he remember? How can he remember this far out? Well, first of all, my father died when I was 11 years old, and I've got a memory of a goldfish, and I can remember everything about that day. Before he died, he died of a massive heart attack. I talked to him before I went to school, and at lunchtime, they came and got me, and he was dead. So I remember before that, I remember all day during school. You remember those things. Okay? Now, this is why Daniel should be able to remember, because on May 2nd, he gave a statement. They gave a statement, right? He gave a statement that day. And you couldn't remember last night, Daniel? You couldn't remember last night? So by noon that day, they're getting statements, right? By noon that day, they're getting statements. And he can't remember 14 hours ago, max. Right? They reported, the officer reported the same day. I also listened to Daniel's second statement taken by McIntyre and Brown on the 4th as well. They left their grandmother's house on 9:30 and got home around 10:30 p.m. Then put the kids to bed. Daniel said he thought Malaya put them to bed. Daniel is already lying. Right? Daniel's already lying. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Daniel is already lying, right? Because he's saying that they went to their grandma's. Hold on, let me think here. Daniel said he thought Malaya put them to bed. He didn't know what they were wearing because they were underneath the clothes when he checked on them. Daniel said he thought he went to bed fairly early that night and didn't wake up until it was light the next day. He remembered getting an email that Malaya had marked the kids absent from school on his phone at around 6:18 Friday morning. When would have Daniel seen this? Exactly. That's exactly right. He is intentionally saying Wednesday was Thursday. He's intentionally lying right there. If you can't remember what 12 hours ago, something's wrong with you. Especially, more importantly, something that is so life-changing. Oh, I'm sorry, honey. So sorry. Right? So he's intentionally, in my opinion, doing this. Now, Daniel says he went to bed early that night. And he remembered getting an email Friday, or sorry, it's 6:18 a.m. on Friday. Okay. When was he up between 6:18 and I don't know, 9 o'clock? When was he up on his phone? Remember, he says in this report here that he's not on his phone a lot. He's not one of those people that's on his phone a lot, even though that's the biggest lie that he ever stretched. I'm telling you. Right, ZYG. I thought MBM and DM were up all night. Oh, I believe they were up all night. I believe they were up all night. They're not going to tell us that. Right? Daniel later said Malaya had to get TE on Thursday between 12:40 and 1:40. So he thought they must have done that before they went to Truro. Daniel could not remember if they went to town on Wednesday or not. He said he had a conversation with someone who was helping him with that. Something. I guess I deleted something there. Sorry. But that was on Tuesday. Okay, I got it now. Yes, so he is intentionally doing this. They used to live in with Malaya's grandmother, but they moved to Daniel's mother's house, and Daniel's mother moved in the camping trailer on the same property. Daniel's uncle and father live down the road. He has a good relationship with his family. Daniel said Lilly and Jack were sheltered. They were far from sheltered. Neglected, not sheltered. But they always watched them outside, including his mother. His mother would always tell them if they didn't have coats or boots on. Now, that's interesting to me if they didn't have coats or boots on. Either they got out quite a bit and didn't ever have coats or boots or anything like that because they weren't watched, or no, there's no war. Right? There is no war. But Malaya, he says his mom always contacted. Now listen to this. He said discipline in the house was just talking to the kids and telling them why they could not do things. Daniel said the kids did not listen to Malaya. They only listened to him.
He said they did not physically discipline the kids. Does anyone believe that? Does anyone believe that? I certainly don't. I certainly don't believe that. They must have not had coats or boots on regularly. Well, they didn't have coats on the regularly because, well, the school got them coats. They were concerned about them. They were very much concerned about him. Right? Okay. Okay. Listen to this. Daniel said his Google Maps would have his location, and he always kept his location on for Malaya. So she would know where he was, and she did the same for him. He said on the second day he had cell phone service when he was searching. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing, guys? The first day, Daniel says, well, it was no use to take my phone anyways, because there's no cell phone service out there at all. So I left my phone on the nightstand, by the, two keys, because there's two keys, right, on the white 4-wheel car or whatever. The one that he over explains. But the second day, he takes his phone. And guess what? It had service. It had service. How did it have? I mean, isn't that a miracle? That's a miracle that it had cell phone service. And he says on the second day he had cell phone service when he was searching, and his Google would show his locations. He said he used Google Maps to get out of the woods one time, and he sent Malaya a picture of it. This cretin, right? This cretin right here, right there, does not need any help getting out of the woods that he grew up around at all. It's just another lie. Remember, mommy and him and dada and brother, they all grew up in this area. This is an actual picture of Janie when she goes out and feeds the chickens of the morning in her underwear. This is an actual picture. Yep. That's my washer spinner. That she is. Daniel, I told you, I don't want any more of your meth hose around here. I'm not washing any more clothes, Daniel. Okay? I'm done with it. This Temu washer spinner can only handle so much. Okay? I am going to the Dollarama to get some, I don't know, baking soda to put in the wash. And let me tell you something. Stop stealing my baking soda, Daniel. Stop stealing the fucking baking soda, okay? The next time you do it, I'm not going to wash your underwear every 6 weeks, okay? I'm just going to tell you right now. You already smell like ass and pork rinds, Daniel. You already smell like ass and pork rinds. And you already look like ass. Okay? You already look like ass. That hair growing on the back of your neck won't trim it up. Mommy's tried to, trim it up so many times. You got all kinds of hair on your back of the neck. And my dog, God, it doesn't have a damn hair on it. It's not fair. Not fair. My little doggy stresses so much. He stresses so much because of you, Daniel. We all stress so much because of you, Daniel. Yes. That was my nickname in school. Was bow-legged bird. That was it. They called me the bow-legged bird. Let me show you something. This is an actual picture right up here of Miss Janie judging me while I was at the pharmacy checking out, getting nothing but lube and Reese cups. She talks about people judging her. She judges me. She judges me. Yeah, little Tucker. And for the record, I did not have Justin's dog that day. I did not. No, they were not coming in my trailer. That was little Tucker barking. He was hoarse. He was hoarse from barking. So it sounded like a That's what it sounded like. Right? And, little Tucker, he smokes a little. I can't, He rolls his own papers. He does. Poor little thing. But my little math tail man, telling you, he's a sweetie. My sister was and had braces when they took her to the beach and took them off. Man was screaming. It was a miracle. She could walk fine if they was just fixing them. You mean leg braces? Like leg braces or teeth braces? Hey, lean on me. Maybe that's what it was. He reminds me of, it was a cartoon in the 90s. I think it was called I think they were called the Animaniacs or something like that. Something like that. Janie's got a rake. Bump, 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 bump. And she's full of hate. Wump, bump, 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 bump. Okay, I know she's watching this right now and she is cussing me. She's like, that little gay guy on there. I can't stand him. Can't stand him and his eyeliner and all of that shit. Fuck him. Danny, fuck him. She's talking like that. And you know what I say? Good. Good. Okay. Okay, let me play something right here. Damn. 2 seconds, y'all. Apologize. I think it's right here. Here it is. We're going to come back to this document in just a second. Yes, that was it, Sassy. We are zany to the max, something like that. The song was. I think that's who Daniel reminds me of. Especially in the DT when he's like really up close and, you know, lying his ass off.
We were in Halifax when we got the news.
Nope.
Type of boot Lilly was wearing at the time she went missing.
The documents also showed that Malaya and Daniel's polygraph tests.
Cousin, and he assumed that
Her school life was like. I was really just curious about the types of things they did at school and, you know, what their lives were like there. And I came across a photo of Jack with a black eye. And so that photo was dated December 13th, 2024. It was 5 months before he and Lilly disappeared.
Hold on, Sam. Do you mean Justin, the son? Where did he sleep at? Where did he sleep at? Then, I mean, if you want, I mean, you know, I believe Justin was probably spooning with Tucker and Janie. He was probably spooning with Tucker and Janie. That's just an opinion. That's just an opinion. You asked, I said.
I asked Daniel how Jack received the black eye in December, and he didn't respond. But in private Facebook...
Isn't that interesting how Mr. Mattel would not respond? He would not respond originally about how Jack got the black eye. You're so welcome. Bitchy boy, you're so welcome. You're so welcome. Listening in one ear. Oh, nice, Maurice. Nice. He had to think up of a lot. Of course. But he messaged. But again, here, this is what I'm saying. Mr. Mattel wouldn't respond to that. CPS was there. His kids told on him that he was mean to Jack and Lilly. And even Malaya said he picked on Jack a lot more. And he cries. That's when he would cry. He would have more of an emotional breakdown when he would interview, when he would talk about Jack.
Facebook messages that were shared with me, he acknowledged that Jack had many black eyes. He said Lilly even had a black eye when Jack and Lilly disappeared from an incident that happened on May 4th.
Question. Put a 1 in the chat room if you ever had a 4 or a 6-year-old, not that had a black eye ever, but by 4 or 6, but had many black eyes by the time they were 4 or 6 years old. Because it doesn't happen. A 4 or 6-year-old doesn't get many black eyes at all. Yes, many black eyes. Jack and Lilly had many black eyes. Remember, they were clumsy. He said one of them ran into a door. Bull.
First, the day before the children went missing, he said a Tonka truck that she pushed down on swung up and hit her in the face.
We know. Like I was telling Dr. Vanna about this. Now, it is a common way for a child to be pushing a car and they put too much pressure on it and it rolls out from underneath them. That does happen fairly often with kids. That is true. But it doesn't give them a black eye. Doesn't give them a black eye. I'm getting mad. Ooh, I'm getting mad because I just visioned something. That busts your chin or your mouth. That's the first thing to hit. How do you hit the floor and fuck off? Do you know what it takes to get a black eye? Again, we're pliable. That's why we don't bruise. Our veins aren't busting when we're moving. It takes massive force. Like, I don't know, a man popping a 4-year-old or a 6-year-old. Think about that. Popping with a fist. You want to talk about infuriating me? That infuriates the shit out of me. What pisses me off is Malaya and Daniel says, Jack or Lilly can't regulate their emotions. You know, they were just all the time, you know, just bad. Wouldn't listen. And you know what, Daniel? You can't regulate your emotions. You just got to go start swinging, don't you? That's what you got to do. That's what you do. You just want to start swinging on a 4 and a 6-year-old, in my opinion.
That Scott Armstrong, Nova Scotia's minister responsible for child welfare, has looked into this case. He will not discuss the specifics of it, but he says he's cooperating with the police, and if there will be a time when we can question how the system responded, he will discuss that publicly. But he said for now he wants to focus on getting a resolution and finding these kids.
1,000%.
But there's a lot of questions about how the system may or may not have missed warning signs around the home life of these children. And we do know Nova Scotia is one of the few provinces in Canada that does not have a child and youth advocate. And that is a specialized position that can look at how a child welfare system acts and where it fails and where it has flaws. And there's a lot of folks who are saying, maybe this is time that Nova Scotia get one and improve the way that it handles child welfare. And that's the shame of the story, is that there were people who were concerned about what they saw.
It doesn't bust your eye, DEA. It doesn't bust your eye. It doesn't black your eye. The first thing that's going to hit is your chin or your mouth. Your chin or your mouth. I agree. I don't think whippings, spankings help any kid at all. I don't think it's healthy to teach your kids to hit when someone's not doing the right thing, or spanking when not someone's doing the right thing. But it's not against the law in the United States. I don't know about Canada. With the back of your hand within reason. I don't agree with it, but it's not illegal. And people do it. I was spanked. It didn't teach me nothing other than to scare the shit out of me. That's all it did. But regardless, if you can't manage your emotions when you're angry, you should never discipline your kids when you're angry. You should never discipline. If you are angry, you need to cool down before you do that. Right?
That's what you got to do. Because, yes, kids will push your buttons at times. Oh, yeah, they will. But that's not the point. You're the adult. You're the one that are teaching them. And if you can't manage your emotions, how the fuck do you think a 4 or a 6-year-old is going to manage theirs? They're learning. They're learning. Also, I wanted to talk about Mr. Mathtel saying that the reason CPS came was because particularly Jack wasn't listening in school. This is fucking hilarious to me, to be quite honest with you, because Daniel, he was 4. It's not a disciplinary action grade, right? That's preschool. That's preschool. It's not a disciplinary action at that age. Come on. Come on. No 4-year-old listens. That's how they learn. But yeah, he said CPS came there to because of disciplinary actions for Jack and Lilly, and Jack wasn't listening in school and all of that. He's in preschool. Preschool. And let me tell you something. Boys mature a lot slower than girls. Way slower than girls. Girls will hit milestones quicker than boys ever will. Ever will. They learn faster. They mature faster. Boys are not like that. Boys mature way slower. And just statistically, or not statistically, scientifically, girl babies are stronger than boy babies, right? Girl babies are more likely to live than boy babies when they're premature or anything like that. That is just the truth. Yes. Yeah. Yep. To get your dinner done, Julius. Trying to throw shade on the kids. Oh yeah, sounds familiar. Yeah. Yeah. Girls are stronger in every single way.
Who tried to do something about it. And while it's unclear how the system responded, we know that child protection officer went to the house and talked to the parents. So the system in some ways did try to act as it should, but this is happening in an environment where the child protection system in Nova Scotia appears to be very broken. So there's a lot of questions that still need to be answered about what exactly happened after that visit to the kids' home before they disappeared.
Well, yeah, women are tougher. And that Lovely's house, that is true. In fact, like women are just men are tougher physically, right? But women are like when shit's falling apart or an emergency happens, men
will freak out faster than women. It's just true.
Well, 4.5 months later, after Jack and Lilly disappeared, the country is baffled and frankly.
Yes, and women are far more more pain tolerable, right? They're much more used to physical pain. A man, we bitch and moan and cry and scream and, over a hangnail.
The online community is obsessed with what happened to Jack and Lilly. There are so many conspiracy theories. There are a lot of theories as well based on some of the facts, some of the interviews that have been out there. And all of it has just led to this voracious demand in the face of what really is a vacuum of information from police in the case. All of a sudden, there's more vehicles coming through the area, people slowing down in front of homes, taking photos, sending up drones. For the people pretending to buy a horse.
Good job, Tint.
And then posted that online on TikTok, and we goes to solely focusing on Lilly and Jack.
Let me find it.
People have already made up their minds.
Yeah, I know.
What is that like?
Well, I get messages every day. People still call me child killer. You killed the children. Where are the bodies? I get that every day. I can show you guys, and it's absolutely disturbing what people say.
People are.
You know what's really disturbing? It's someone who actually abuses children, Daniel. What's really disturbing is that your very own children said that you abused Jack and Lilly. That's your words, not mine. Which means they seen it, heard it with their very own eyes and ears. That's what's really disturbing, Daniel.
Sending you Facebook messages?
Yeah, constantly.
I'm sorry, Dan.
Constantly. I just ignore them.
What do you want those people
Far
to know?
from ignore you.
Reaching out to you. Are these strangers? Are these people that know you?
No, they're all strangers from all over the world. It's
Really?
worldwide, yeah.
And just sending you a message on Facebook saying.
Yeah, because I always keep my messages open so anyone can message me. That's why it takes me so long to get back to everybody, because I have hundreds and hundreds of messages.
And it's complicated for things for us, right? Trying to do actual reporting on the ground. Some of the folks in this community, they don't see a big difference between a YouTuber in the UK or the US and someone reporting for a Canadian newspaper. And so there is a trust that we have to build up with some of these folks because, in their view, YouTubers and people who are, trying to get clicks for their true crime podcast, who are less concerned about getting it right and are more concerned about just drawing traffic. We have to convince the folks who are talking to us that we're doing things differently. That
this is why big media, nobody trusts you anymore. This is why everyone goes to independent reporters now, because you don't get a 3-minute story. You get all of it.
So in searching for him and his role in their lives, we found his mother, Belinda Gray. When we arrived, she was out with her sun hat on and her gardening clothes.
The relationship, that this will always be. Lilly is full of life. She's into everything. She's into everything, and she's really girly. But yeah.
She's into everything. She's into everything. Is it possible Lilly got into something? Me either, Joyous. Me either. They're talking about, oh, well, they've got they're looking for clicks and views. We don't have, stock shares holders to keep happy. Just that. How about that? That kind of stuff. Yeah. Yeah, they don't want as many people to watch as possible. Come to fight. Everyone's such a hypocrite.
Yeah. She used to, whenever she come to visit, she got so used to seeing me in my hats and wearing glasses. So I had to take an old pair of glasses and break the lens out of them so that she could wear them around the house.
What I think happened was Daniel. That's what I think happened. Daniel happened. And when Daniel happened, I think she got on it as well. That's what I think. Night, Angel. Love you, darling. Appreciate you. Okay. Let me find it here. Okay. This is what a lot of people, when they were talking about the polygraphs, right? Because Jack and Lilly are still missing, polygraph examinations were conducted with the intention of that possibility. They have not cleared anybody. They have not came out and said anybody is clear at all that I have seen. Now, I think they did clear Cody, but not publicly. Right? Yeah, Wolfie. To me, I wonder if Daniel inherited this, whatever the hell it is with her. Like, it's weird to me, right? Very, very weird to me. Okay. Okay. This is by Brian Ward, the school bus driver. And it says Lilly and Jack were at school on Tuesday when their stepfather Daniel took them off the school bus at 2:42 p.m. There was no school on Wednesday, and there were not at school on Thursday and Friday. It was a normal routine for Malaya or Daniel to take the kids off the bus because Jack was buckled in and needed to be unbuckled as the drivers were not allowed to do it. Okay. I was thinking about that. Jack needed help unbuckling his seatbelt. He's 4. Remember, he's a little boy. Little boy. Not even kindergarten. And you think that this little boy who needed help unbuckling his seatbelt walked kilometers away from the house in these rain boots, cold, wet? Not a chance. Not a chance. A little boy who needed help unbuckling his seatbelt. And walked so quickly that no cars passed, nobody seen him, nobody heard him or Lilly. They got out of the radius, and there was also no scent. Never.
Yeah, school buses have seatbelts. Yep. The bus had video surveillance. He pulled the video and dropped it off at the bus depot. He found out Lilly and Jack were missing from his daughter, and he went to help on search on Friday and over the weekend. On May 4th, Detective Donaldson and Spears took a statement from, I'll just call it a woman named Nancy, which is Jack and Lily's teacher. The following summary is what she said. I think that's redacted. Never mind. Okay. I would love to see that. Nancy asked Malaya about the... Okay, well, some of it's not redacted here. This is it. Nancy had never met Malaya, but spoke with her. Yeah. She had never been to the kids' events. She had never went to the school and saw the kids' teachers. This little school with just a couple hundred kids in it. Nancy is Jack or Lily's teacher. I think it's Lily's teacher. Right. Yeah, I agree, Joyous. They were marked absent by Malaya by email on Thursday and Friday. On the week, they went missing because of illness. On May 5th, 2025, Haynes and Hall took a statement from Patty's grandmother. She said the following. She said she last saw them when they came to visit. She was not sure the date, but she said it was earlier on in the week, a week or two before, when they came over. Daniel stayed in the car and Malaya did laundry. Now, Patty doesn't have a good memory from what I understand. But in this, it says they weren't there for a week or two before. And Daniel stayed in the car. Malaya and Daniel left to take Meadow to an appointment, and Malaya might have gotten groceries. There was a doctor's appointment. They did go get groceries, but she couldn't remember if she took the children or not. Now, remember, Patty bought them groceries, used their card. She used the card at Walmart Thursday. Yes. Yeah, she's older. Patty said she spoke to Malaya almost every day. Ron McKenzie, Janie's brother. The following is a summary of what he said. Ron spoke with Janie at 8:48 on May 2nd to see if she wanted to go to town with him. He said, Janie said no. I don't believe it was about town, in my opinion. He said he called Janie again at 10:19, and she told him Jack and Lilly were missing. He went to Janie's place a few minutes after that, then to a neighbor to tell them what was going on. Now that's interesting, because hey, Smiley Miley, good to see you. He says here, Daniel says in an interview
that he went to tell the neighbors, one of the neighbors, what was going on. He went to town with his mother after that and came back at 1:30 p.m. Now, this first call was supposedly at 8:48, almost 9. Almost 9 o'clock. The next call is at about 10, we'll just say 10:15. An hour and 15 minutes later. Talks to Janie at 8:48. No, kid's not missing. Even though they say Jack and Lily went missing around 8 originally. And then he calls his sister back an hour and 15 minutes later. And Janie says, oh, the kids are missing. Okay. All right. Well, let me know if you find them, I guess. And he goes to town. Right? Go to town. That's what you do. Go to town. But he goes to he goes to Janie's house after that. Then he goes to town with his mom, and they came back at around 1:30. He got word he could go in the woods when he came back, so he searched for a while. On May 13th, read a report written by detailing Ron McKenzie's statement. The children have been to his house once, and he last saw them on April 19th as his daughter's birthday party at the fire hall. On May 8th, 2025, McKenzie and McKendrick took a statement of Edmund Dixon, who saw Daniel and Malaya at the kids at the Dollarama on May 1st, 2025. Dixon said he worked with Daniel and saw him at the Dollarama parking lot between 11:30 and 12:30, which is absolutely inaccurate. Absolutely inaccurate. That it was way later than that. Way later than that. Because in my opinion, they were doing a little deal. They had a conversation for about 5 minutes and discussed enjoying their time off of work. I don't believe this for a second. I don't believe this for a second. Why, you say? Because Daniel saw Dixon all the time. All the time. Yeah, that's something we're going to talk about. Enjoying, time off work. Talked 5 minutes about enjoying their time off work. Got it. Got it. The person that was it's the guy that works with Daniel. What does it say? Let me check. It said he worked. Oh no, let me see here. who saw Daniel and Malaya and the kids at the Dollarama. Okay. They had a conversation for about 5 minutes discussing enjoying their time off work. He also saw Daniel's girlfriend, listen to this, and their baby. So he saw Malaya, he saw Daniel, and he saw Meadow. Okay. He saw other people inside the vehicle and heard children's voices, but did not see who was actually in the back seat. What's up with that? What's up with that? Who did he see? He saw other people inside the vehicle and heard children's voices, but did not see who was actually in the back seat. I think he doesn't want to tell. Who was with them that day? You said a family member was with them that day? What does that mean? Same. Okay. On May 9th, Mackenzie and McKendrick had a conversation with the following ABC redacted Cindy Murray. Said she spoke with Malaya over Facebook Messenger and used video chat. Okay. 1 second. On May 13th, I listened to the statement of Cindy Murray taken by McIntyre, and May 13th also reviewed the screenshot photo submitted with the statement. She checked her Facebook Messenger history and provided following information. Cindy, listen to this. Cindy had a missed audio call on April 30th at 1:21 p.m. They had a 12-minute video call at 4:40 p.m. Cindy said she did not remember the exact call because they talk at least once a day or more. On May 1st, there was a missing call at 2:52 p.m. and a video call at 3:37 p.m. Now, where were they at 3:37 p.m. on May 1st? Remember? Does anyone know? They are just about getting home, right? They get home. Yep, exactly, Joy. Yep, they're just getting home. Just getting home. Now, were Daniel and Malaya arguing? Or was she just calling? Cindy said she called on video chat to see the kids. But she says nothing of the call stood out in her mind. and a message from Malaya saying the kids. Oh, okay, sorry, that was the next message. Sorry. Cindy said she learned from her that morning that the kids were missing because she left her phone in the house when she was in the barn, which was why she missed Malaya's call. What time was that? Oh, this one doesn't tell me. Shit. What page is this on? Let me see if I can find it. Let me try something. Hold on, guys. Bear with me 1 second. Is it spelled Cyndy or Cind? Cyndy. Okay. Trying to find that thing. 1 second, y'all. The ones were in the trailer, which was a family. Okay. One second. Okay. Cindy. Hold on 1 second. Nope, that's not it. Okay. So this audio call was at 1:21 p.m. And then they had a 12-minute call at, hold on. 1 second, 4:40 p.m. at 4:30. Okay, 5:1. There was a missed call from Malaya Brooks Murray at 2:52. Hold on, let me show you. Check this out. Five 1:25. There was a missed call from MBM at 2:52. 5:1:25. There was a video call at 3:37 p.m. Nothing stood out. 5:2:25. 8:28 a.m. Malaya calls Cindy, her mom. 8:28. Now, if Malaya, this just shows you that they, in my opinion, are not telling the truth. Malaya said she didn't use her phone prior that morning before she had called. She didn't think she used 911 or before she had called 911 that morning, other than to, say the kids were missing. But I think she said she did that with Daniel's phone. But she called her mom at 8:28 that morning. And there wasn't an answer because Malaya's mom was out feeding the horses. And if you listen to the dispatch, it says the kids was last seen around 8 a.m. 8 a.m. You could not convince me. Yes, exactly. It's like I've always said, at 6 o'clock, around 6 o'clock, there's movement from Janie and Malaya.
at 8ish o'clock, even though they're all, sleeping, dozing in and out, there is movement from Malaya and Janie. Right? And then the next real movement we have is 10:01. Right? These kids were missing. Something happened Thursday night, in my opinion. 5/2/25. There was a missed call from MBM, Malaya Brooks Murray, at 8:28. 5/2/25. There was a missed audio call at 10:40 a.m. and a message from MBM saying that the kids are missing and the RCMP were there. Let's think about this. 6:15, 7:15, 8:15, 2 hours and 15 minutes later, Malaya is calling her mom after she reports Jack and Lilly not at school. Right? Hold on a second. I just thought of something. Wait a second. Okay. One second. What time did at... Oh, also, Meadow was teething. One second, guys. Okay. Now, remember, 8:28 a.m. On Friday morning, Malaya's alarm went off at 6 a.m. and another one went off at 6:15 a.m., which was when she used the school app to mark them sick for the day. Okay, first of all, think of that. You just mark them sick, but you don't even go in their bedroom to check on them, which is the next room over, the closest room to you in the house. You just mark them. You just, it's 6:15 in the morning. I'm just going to mark them absent. I'm not going to go check on them, my sick child or children. Just mark them absent. I'll go back to bed, catch up on my sleep. Not that, give a damn about Jack or Lilly, right? There. But let's continue. Okay. Malaya then went back to sleep after she marks them sick for that day. Daniel and Meadow were still sleeping, and there were no other noise in the house. Meadow heard the kids playing in their playroom around, it didn't give me the time when I switched it over. Damn. That's what I wanted. Does anyone know what time that is? Oh, fuck. Let me see if I can.
Give me 1 second, guys. Let's see here. Let me try something. I'm trying to find something here because this will be interesting. If I can find it. Okay. Cindy, 1 of 11. Okay. Meadow. Okay. One second, y'all. Was standing with Meadow on her hip. Okay. Meadow can't see her brother. She's okay. I think Meadow may have woken up when she actually moving. Okay, that's not it. I mean, it's unlikely, but it's possible. Okay. Can anyone tell me what time that was in the documents? Does anyone remember that morning? Because they say Meadow woke up. Right? Okay. They were still sleeping. Okay. Meadow heard the kids playing in their bedroom around. They woke Meadow up, so she took her to bed and turned the TV on for her. I'm curious to see what the documents say at that time. And the reason is because I want to know what time, we know what time Malaya called her mom. We know what time Malaya did the school excuse. What time was it? Was Malaya, Meadow woke up and Malaya saw this. Let me see here. This might be it. Damn. Here, I got it, I think. No, damn, that's not it. I'm looking for it, guys. I want to know what time that was. I can't find it right now. If anyone knows it. I think it was like 8 or 8:30 or something, but damn. So that would be interesting. Meadow was 1/2. I was notified of anything and didn't mention anything, but just Meadow, I didn't see it. Okay. Gosh, Daniel, you just lie so bad, dude. Okay. I think I might have found it. 1 second. Oh. Malaya says in section 1547, Malaya Brooks Murray took the blanket from the door because the weather was getting nicer and she threw it in the garbage. There was already a missing piece from it, and she did that because DM ripped it off when he put it up. Isn't that interesting? But didn't Janie said she saw Daniel throw it away? It might have been redacted. You're probably right, Joyous. That's probably why they didn't. It might be redacted. That's probably why I can't find it. Because it doesn't show me the redactions. It just has a blank, and sometimes I'm afraid it just kind of messes it up. But okay. So 6:15, we've got them saying that Jack and Lily are out of school, even though Malaya doesn't check on them to see if they're okay to go to school, what mother doesn't, except Malaya. And then there is Meadow wakes up. Meadow heard the kids playing in the bedroom around, redacted, I guess. They woke Meadow up, so she took her into the bed and turned the TV on for her, then faded in and out of sleep. Now, first of all, again, if a baby has already slept 9 hours and you turn the TV on, that's going to keep them awake. That's not going to them back to sleep. Right? Not going to them back to sleep at all. The kids were giggling, laughing, and talking to each other, meaning Jack and Lily. The kids were in the room right next to them, and they were loud. Unbelievable. Okay. I want to find something right here. Okay. There's one down here. All right. Now this is the evening before. She got the kids something. Okay. Okay. They drove between 2:52 and 3:11 and arrived home. So that's very interesting. Because I thought they weren't home till 4 o'clock. I was thinking. So at 3:11, they were already home. So that's when Malaya was trying to get a hold of her mom. I don't see how anyone can sleep with the TV on. I mean, I can sleep with the TV on, but not a baby if they've just woken up. Right? That evening, she got the kids something to eat. What did you make them? What kind of food? Or what did you get them to eat? She said they might have gone outside sometime to play, but they came in when it was getting dark. She got their teeth brushed, and they wore their clothes to bed because they were still in bags when she washed them at her grandmother's house, and she hadn't gotten around to putting them away. You know what that makes me think? You know what that tells me right there? And I think, in my opinion, that's a big one. Not that the kids, in my opinion, went to bed with the same clothes. They never made it to bed
they never made it to bed. Something happened before they made it to bed. She says, I didn't get to change them because, they were in the bag. Okay. Clothes are in a dresser or in a closet. It's in a bag. Pull it out, bitch. Pull it out. It's lies. It's absolute lies. Lilly and Jack were hyper and excited, but she got them tucked into bed around 10 p.m. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they never made it to bed at all. Nope. Poor babies, man. Yeah. Yep. They were seen at the house when they just right after they got home. But something happened during that time. It's amazing how she says that they were hyper and excited. But she got them tucked into bed around 10 p.m. I don't believe Malaya tucks them into bed. And I'll tell you why. First of all, she doesn't check on her sick children of the morning. She just marks them out of school when they've missed 40-some days already. But number two, they separated their rooms because if they didn't, they would stay up all night. They would stay up all night. Well, your kids won't stay up all night if you are in there and read them a bedtime story or get them settled down or sing to them or lay with them for a minute. Nope. In my opinion, that's another thing that tells me that they didn't make it to bed. She got them tucked into bed about 10 o'clock, she says. Also, she says she gets Jack and Lilly to bed first, and then Meadow. You put the baby to sleep first. You don't put the two older ones up first. You put the baby to sleep first. Nope. Wrong. Exactly. You read them a bedtime story, you sing with them, you just sit there if you whatever. They just want someone there most of the time. Jack had his blanket and his dinosaur, and she something, and I went to bed, and Lilly went to bed with her backpack. Malaya and Meadow went to bed once Meadow was asleep. She put her in her crib and went to sleep herself. Nope. Malaya and I think it's McIntyre, looked at the Google Map timeline of Wednesday on Malaya's phone and learned that the following about the day. The whole family left the house at 12:51 and went to Irving Oil, Westville, where they got $20 in fuel
They drove to Malaya's grandmother's house and arrived at 2:01 p.m. At 3:18 p.m., she went across to access Nova Scotia in Truro Heights with Meadow to get a plate for her car, the DMV. Daniel and the kids stayed at her grandmother's house. They went to the Altamar in Millbrook to get gas. She stopped to get Daniel his high-grade vape stuff. At 7:54 p.m., they went to Walmart to pick up groceries. The whole family went together. They stopped in Truro, and they went to her grandmother's house at 9:19 p.m. to drop off her bank card. At 10:19, you see how, a lot of people talk about Daniel and Malaya's bank cards and all that shit. Well, they didn't have any money. They were using grandma for everything. At 10:19 p.m., they arrived at home for the night. Malaya provided more background on the living situation. He said they live on the property, all of that. Daniel provided 2 statements on May 2nd. Daniel, you provided 2 statements on May 2nd. Sorry, one on May 2nd, one on May 4th. I apologize. The following is a summary report. He said, Daniel said Malaya took the baby Meadow and left her with family. She blocked him on social media. Okay, that was... Okay. Daniel said he was in his bedroom with Malaya and Meadow, who were in bed with him. Lilly came in a couple of times, but he did not check his phone to see what time. Oh my God. So many holes in this. He didn't see what time it was, but remember, he noticed that morning that that Malaya had marked the kids absent. Right? You know that Malaya marked the kids absent that morning. And at 6:15, but he didn't notice, any times out on his phone or anything. The television was on, and it was daylight outside. Lilly didn't say anything. She just opened the door and looked in and then leave again. She did this 2 or 3 times. They used to remind her not to rush in the room because they wanted to make sure Meadow got a good sleep. Sometimes the kids would wake her up. Well, according to Miss Malaya, that happened that morning. So, too late. Daniel said he got up and he didn't hear the kids. He thought it was only a few minutes since Lilly had last poked her head through the door. He went out and saw the black back sliding door was closed. The kids didn't usually close it when they went outside. Their boots were gone. Daniel ran around the house looking for them, but they were not there. Malaya got up when he got up as well and went looking out for the kids. Daniel ran outside, but they were not in the yard and he couldn't see them. He got in the car and drove around, then ran around in the woods looking for them. He searched for hours. He said he did not look at the time and didn't even take his phone. Again, look at this right here, because look at this. I just read that to you, the documents. Now listen to this, because I got to go tinkle. I'll be right back. 1 second.
Inconsistencies on Daniel Martel. I did all the culverts, did all the dirt roads, and then he says he got home, parked the car, and then he searched on foot. Well, this one says he waited for the RCMP. And then there's another one when he returned, RCMP were already there. There are 3 different stories on the morning that Jack and Lilly disappeared. What actually happened?
They were gone. As soon as I seen that they were gone, I immediately jumped in the car, did all the dirt roads, did all the culverts, checked everywhere. I checked over the rivers, the streams. I did everything. I did anywhere the vehicle could take me, I did.
Yeah.
And as soon as I got back home, like 10 minutes later, I immediately went out on foot till the officers got here.
I was told 12 minutes.
Okay.
But then when I looked at the documentation and, asked questions and dug further, it was 22 minutes, I do believe.
And were you at the house when they arrived?
I was actually, when they were arriving, I was actually coming back to the house in the car. And I couldn't park in the driveway because RCMP just stopped in the yard, right?
Okay.
Because they were just starting to walk down and talk to Malaya. So what I did is I parked the white Nissan Pathfinder, because that's the car Malaya owns, the 2017 Nissan white Pathfinder. And I parked over on the right-hand side of the marsh, going toward Lansdowne Road. There's a marsh that's right beside the house there. Probably can pull that up on the map. There's a little driveway that's right beside it. It's about 100 feet from the house.
Okay. Around here?
Yeah, that's actually the marsh. And there's a little driveway right on the left-hand side right there. Yep. That's where I parked in the white Nissan Pathfinder.
Okay.
And then when I jumped out of the car, the RCMP yelled at me from in the yard, right? Because they could see me clearly.
Yeah.
And they said, Daniel, don't go back into the woods. So at that point, I didn't go back into the woods. I walked over to the house and I went down. I was talking to my mother because the RCMP just, officers just swarmed Malaya.
Very stressful. I mean, ever since the Friday.
Guys, we have a product announcement. Today's live stream is brought to you by Baby Cornstarch. Buy yours today. I love Baby Cornstarch. And Malaya loves it more. Not Malaya, sorry. Janie loves it even more. Let's hear from her. I love this baby cornstarch. This baby cornstarch is the best. Anytime Tucker gets fleas, I put this baby cornstarch right all over his skin because he's hairless. Daniel, my son, has stressed him out. But I use this on baby Daniel as well. When he was just a boy, he was so sweet. He was. And, I would use the diapers on him, the starch. Yeah, the starch. I still use these on Daniel. We still use the diapers on Daniel right here. This is brought to you by Sam's Member Mark diapers. Okay. When Mr. Mattel shats himself. Right. Also, we have brought to you by, a bar of soap, some Dove, all of that, because I tell Daniel all the time, wash your ass, Daniel. Every 6 weeks is not acceptable. It's not acceptable, Daniel. Okay. I can only fit 2 of your shirts at a time in my washer spinner. Okay. You know what? You say that you help out your mommy all the time. Why don't you fix the washer spinner in the damn yard? How about that? And then maybe you could have more than maybe 2 shirts. How about that? Yes. And there would be
there would be a lot of shit to fill in this diaper from Daniel with all the shit he's given us. Isn't that the truth? You see it? Can you see it through there? There'd be a lot of shit to fill. There would. Walk like a genie. Walk like a genie. Oh my God. You're making me. I don't know. In the documents, it says that Daniel, on his days off, always helped out his mother. You know, always helped out Janie, the mother. You know, he'd work through the night, you know, disassembling, you know, something, I guess. So it looked like he helped out a lot around there, doesn't it? And tell them we aren't taking their flipping shit anymore. That's right. That's right. We're not. We're not. Mm-mm-mm. I wonder why Daniel said he went to get his
inconsistencies on Daniel Martel.
That Daniel went to get his friends that day, right? And I feel like he went to perhaps get
this nicotine patch.
Hold on, let me find it here.
This nicotine patch.
Hold on. Miss Janie has a message for you. Hold on. The letter of the day is J for Junkyard Janie.
For an hour, and this nicotine patch for an hour, and I'd still sell you in for a smoke. Come on back to my place. I want you to look at a urine sample. I think it looks cloudy. It's been so long since someone touched me. And this nicotine
And it's nicotine patch. Come back to my trailer and look at my urine sample. It looks cloudy. It looks cloudy, you know. I guess that's why I didn't pass the lie detector test. I guess that's why. Oh my God. Flip it and reverse it. Mother chicken. Do I sound like Marge or Janie? Yeah, Daniel happened. And he has or concrete for those little ones. Yeah. Mm-hmm. She is amusing, if nothing else. Yeah. You know what, Susie Q? What's interesting to me is both gals, ladies that I talked to, they both said that the family, they all fight and bitch at each other, but they're a clan. Like they watch out for each other. Like they would, both of them said absolutely they think they would cover for him.
patch for an hour, and I'd still sell you in for a smoke. Come on back to my place. I want you to look at a urine sample. I think it looks cloudy. It's been so long since someone touched me. And this nicotine patch.
That'll never get old. It'll never get old. Caught in by Durwood's lips. Yeah. Then he says, months, 7 months later, to be exact, that
Lilly came in and said, "Hi, Dad. Hi, Dad." Over and over again. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. All right, y'all. That's all for me tonight. Really do appreciate you all very, very much. I've been here almost 3 hours. I've got some videos I have to do tonight. Oh, no. Sam, I would much rather be around the Whitakers. 1,000% any day. The Whitakers don't know any better. You know, they won't hurt anybody. I would rather be around the Whitakers any day of the week. Any day of the week. 1,000%. No, I just got here. Well, you can watch the replay. I might go over on my Justin for All channel later in a little bit if I get my editing done soon. Tomorrow at 7 or 7:05 p.m. Eastern, I, Daphne, Shenanigans, Sunny, and if I missed anyone else, I am so sorry. We'll be live, and we're having a town hall event. We're going to be going over this case from one end to the other. It's probably going to be a very long live. I would say probably after we all get up there talking, probably a minimum of 5 hours. 4 at least. And you can go to any of our channels. Yeah. And all of that. Hopefully other creators will come in. I don't know if they're going to do call-ins. We might do call-ins as well. It's 11:04 p.m. where I'm at right now, but wherever you are, it will show what time it will go live for you. Yeah, bring you. Yeah, Charmaine's going to be there. Of course, Charmaine. Yeah. Did I not say Charmaine? I thought I said Charmaine. So yeah, bring your diapers, bring your baby powder, and if you go to my live stream, Nerdy, and just go ahead and hit save, it'll tell you what time it is for you wherever you are. Sunny, Charmaine, Justin, Daphne, Shenanigans, Nova, and me, American Justice. So it's going to be, yeah. It's going to be good. It is. It's going to be very good. I think it's been needed for a long time. Cindy said nothing about the call stood out. Did she actually see the kids? I believe so. Yes, I believe so. But I think something happened after 6 p.m. Then I would say most likely 8 p.m. Something happened. I think it was later.
Meredith, thank you so much, my dear. Really, really do appreciate you. Welcome. Good to see you. Yes, bring your water, bring your wine, bring your washer spinner, bring your clouded urine sample like Daniel does, and of course, me. You know, Janie. Yeah. Bring your rash cream, bring your Winstons, your Palm Malls, all of that. Okay, get your coffee, your snacks, your washer spinner, all of it. Janie's got a rash. Womp, 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 womp. Oh, you're funny. All right, guys. Thank you all so much for joining me. Yes. You remember how Jack was said to throw his shoe at the bus driver to get attention? I'm not sure. I mean, it's possible, but I don't know. It's crazy. Yep. Get it all ready. Meredith, yes. Please support local handmade markets this Christmas, folks. Support local, sustain the community. Absolutely. Absolutely. Try to buy from your local people who make things with their hands. It gives a little boy football lessons. It gives a little girl ballerina lessons. It helps feed families, right? And yeah, try to buy local where you can. Absolutely. Well said. Well said. Thank you so much, Meredith. Appreciate that very much. Especially if you're Canadian. Well, yeah, I mean, I think anywhere. Me too. Me too. I'm actually going to be probably doing, I don't know if I'm going to turn my Justin for All into it and rename it or whatever, but I am working on something now that I might start doing a little business with. I'm not going to say what it is yet, but it's for the home. For the home. And we'll see. We'll see. Of course he does. ZYG. Of course he does. Absolutely. I am making shortbread cookies and chocolate bark drops as gifts. Nice. Nice. Yep. So it's we'll see. We'll see. All right, guys. Well, there's some for the house, I guess you could say. It's for the home, but there's also things for you, if that makes sense. Janie's got a rash. Daniel's got the stash. Okay, guys. Much love, everyone. God bless each and every one of you. Don't forget tomorrow, and I'll see you guys maybe before then. If not, I'll see you guys tomorrow at the showdown. Be there or be square. All right, guys.